So I don't think it's just, I'm sorry, I don't think it's just they don't want to be a failure to the relationship. I think they don't want to be a failure to the people. I think it's people live for people watching them than they live for themselves. So it's hard for them to let go because the public or their friends and family
feel some type of way.
Absolutely. And so they'll be miserable because they don't want someone to judge them.
Right. But I think when it all boils down to it, I think a lot of times, and it's mostly women. Women don't know how to let go. Like this man, we know you do. It could be dogging you out to the fullest. But because we've been taught to be emotional creatures, we tend to try to hold on to certain situations just to please others and not to please ourselves. So I've never really been the emotional type when it comes to dating. I feel like it's always been hard for a man to tap into my emotional side unless he was really sincere or genuine. But my friends that I have, some of them, I just be like, girl, I don't understand. Like, he
doing this to me. I ain't did nothing. I'm good to him. Why? Just why?
Well, the average question that I get a lot from my friends is, how long should I hold on? My answer is, how long have you been stringed along? Because my thing is, a lot of times what typically happens is men are going to play the fields, just period. It's just what it is until they really know what they want. And obviously, honey, if you are that type of person that they don't want, you're going to along. Like, you're just going to be that piece that's there until they figure out or find what they want. And I think it goes for both, especially, I mean, it goes for both men and women nowadays. It's not just the men, because women know how to play the fields nowadays, too.
Right, but my thing is this. Okay, a woman has, okay, he playing with me now. Okay, at first we was good, we was kicking it, and then somewhere he figured, oh, I don't really like her like that. But like I keep smashing or something, I keep stringing her, or it's convenient, or it's cool, but I ain't trying to be with her. A woman has to know when that happens.
Well, here's the thing. I always tell my friends, every man has a pattern, and unfortunately, it's not women. Like, men strictly have a pattern. You know, when your man comes home, you know, he comes in, he takes his coat off, he hangs it on the coat hanger. He puts his keys over here. You know what I'm saying? When he gets off, he goes in, he takes a shower. He puts on cologne. He puts on... It's a pattern that you have to pay attention to. And I don't care what anybody says. Every man has his pattern.
Also, I think you don't love yourself. You put more of yourself into that guy, that man, and then you lose yourself. He's doing everything wrong, and you trying to do everything right. You know what I'm saying? You just trying. You have lost yourself. You loving him more than you love yourself. Now, one thing I can say about me.
That hair flip.
Girl, I love me some me now.
Right.
I love me some me, and I have to keep a balance of, all right, now, I love me, but I'm going to do this for my man.
Right.
But when I get the feeling like I'm doing, you need to do this.
So my biggest thing is at that point, when you feel like you're doing too much, like, what are you doing? Like, how do you revert back to loving? Because, I mean, in a relationship, it's a give or take. Like, you can't just automatically say, okay, I feel like I'm giving too much.
You take time. You take time for yourself. You do things for yourself. Every time he call, you ain't got to jump. Be busy some damn time. Even if you ain't busy. But that's when you're going through the stages of he's doing everything wrong. Now, if he's doing everything right, girl, I advise you do everything right, too.
Right.
Now, if y'all keep a balance and a pattern going on. But if he's doing everything wrong and you trying to do things, honey, you stop and listen to Auntie. Now, I'm not saying go and do wrong. What I'm saying is take time for yourself. Go out, get your nails done, get your hair done. Go bar with your friends. Hang out. Let him miss you. If he don't miss you and he know you going to always be right there, then what you think he going to do? Oh, she at home. Let me go over here and hang out with my homeboys. Or she at home. Let me go do this, do that. You know, let him miss you. Have a good... Stop sweating it. Just go. do.
And I think that's a part of moving on, because most women don't know how to move on. They don't know what to do. The only thing they know how to do is sit in the house and soak behind a man that never really wanted them or put any additional effort into showing them where they want to be. So my biggest thing, or my biggest question is, which I think you've answered as far as when it comes to moving on, is just find yourself a balance, whether it be, like you said, getting your nails done, a simple massage, hanging out with your homegirl.
That's not really moving on then. That's when you...
No, it's not moving on, but it helps you focus to move on.
Yeah, it helps you focus on you. Now, if you want to move on, if you want it
Because
hardcore...
There's several ways that we can move
right,
on.
you just go, girl. Just look. You decide.
Right,
Anything in life, you got to decide. I decided to be happy. I decided to fulfill my dream, whatever it is. I decided to... whatever, you got to decide. You got to know what you don't want. If you think you don't want, then you got to decide that I don't want this. I'm finna go.
But I think a lot of women don't understand what they really want in a man, because they don't take the time out to decipher what it is that they are looking for. A lot of times what it is, from one relationship to the next, and not really understand, like, well, why didn't the previous relationship work out? Like, what? I
can't do that.
I can't either. Like, I've never been able to do that. But I've seen women, I call them serial daters. Like, they literally will break up with one man and they're with someone else. And then at the end of the day, they're with the next, and he's doing the same thing, and they can't understand, like, well, why am I going through the same thing? That's because you're a serial dater. You don't know. If a man comes to you today or tomorrow and asks you what it is that you're looking for, you couldn't tell him, because you haven't taken the time out for yourself to understand, like, okay, well, this is what I'm looking for.
And then that's the type of man you attract.
Right.
You want yourself enough time to understand yourself and what you really want, and to stop attracting what you really don't want, because you focus more on what you don't want. Maybe because you're a little stressed out about what's going on in your life or whatever. But you have to start focusing on, one, the positive things, what you do want, what you love, what makes you happy. You got to focus on that, and then you'll attract that. You'll attract that to you in your life. But if you can't give yourself a breathing area in between relationships, still get the same stuff. I have never been able to jump from one relationship to the next. Girl, I be single 2-3 years. You know what I mean?
But I think it's mostly like they're scared to be alone. A lot of people are scared to just be alone and not and grow old by themselves. But what they don't realize is the more time you to figure out what you want for yourself, the better off you're going to be. Like, you can't move to a relationship and expect to have success unless you know deep down what makes you happy. Because me personally, like, up until this point, I've been single for like 3 years. But it took me like searching, like, well, what is it that I really want from